Redo.
And we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of MMA and Coffee. On this episode, we're going to do predictions for UFC 211. All right, so I had the mic muted at the beginning, so if you see me just talking and no sound coming out, that's why. Oh my goodness, I'm glad we caught that early though.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so first fight we're going to talk about, this is on the prelims, Eddie Alvarez versus Dustin Poirier.
This is a really, really good fight to be on a prelim.
It really is.
Like this could be a main event on like a TV card.
Yeah, it could be a main event for sure.
So what do you think?
Toss up, to be honest. Eddie's got the experience. I think he could easily, grapple with Poirier.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give Poirier the advantage though on the feet, and Dustin's pretty slick with the submissions. So I don't know if Eddie wants to take him down, but I do see him like clinching him against the fence.
Yeah, I could see him grinding out a decision, him meaning Eddie. I could also see him, if it got a little wild, if it turns into a brawl, which Poirier will let happen sometimes, Eddie might win that and knock him out. Like, honestly, if it gets sloppy.
It could go either way. So I feel like Poirier could put it on him and catch him because usually that's how he wins. He likes to finish people.
Yeah.
But he's also shown though that he can be finished too when he gets too wild. So Eddie could catch him. I mean,
I'll be honest, I like Poirier. I'm a fan, Louisiana boy. But I just have a bad feeling that he's going to get in with Eddie and get sloppy, and I think Eddie's going to knock him out. That's my prediction
could
for the
happen.
fight.
Could happen.
That's how I just feel like. I hope it doesn't happen, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Right. I don't know. To me, this is a toss-up. I really don't know who would win. I could see them both winning, finish or decision.
Oh yeah, it's a close fight.
Yeah.
Not making a prediction is boring, so I made one.
Okay, he picked Eddie, so I'll just pick Poirier.
Yeah.
I say he don't finish Eddie. I think it may be a decision, split decision.
Can I make one more comment about this?
Yeah.
The page we're looking at has Eddie's nickname as the Underground King, and I've literally never heard anyone call him that ever in my entire life. So, news to me, Eddie is the Underground King. Anyway.
I think that's the whole point. We've never heard it because it's underground.
It's too underground.
We're too mainstream.
Alright, I guess.
Okay, moving on to the next fight. Alright, Cejudo against Sergio.
Wait, he's the messenger? Henry Cejudo is the messenger according to this page. Another new one. I didn't get the message.
Oh god, that's hilarious. Was it always that? I don't even know. Oh god. Okay.
Wow.
I have Cejudo winning this.
I do too. Pettis I like his style. I think he's exciting.
He's great.
But the wrestling is just, we're talking Olympic level wrestler, and Pettis has been out wrestled by like people with guys with way less of a pedigree than Cejudo. Mm-hmm. So I just think Cejudo's you know what? I don't know if he'll finish him. I think it might be 3-round decision. That's what I'm leaning towards.
Cejudo by decision.
I think it's gonna be like 10-8 or 10-9 every round though. I think it's gonna be 30-27. Like I can see it being pretty dominant.
Yeah, so. To me, Sergio has a speed advantage.
Yeah, definitely.
But other than that, like in my opinion, you could easily say Cejudo won the Benavidez fight. That was a great fight. Yeah. They went back and forth. It was close. So to me, I don't even view it as him coming off a loss. I still view him as like top.
Yeah, you're talking fighter. Second, third best guy in the division. Worst case scenario, easily. And I think there's a gap between 3 and everyone else. So I think that he's going to show that gap in this fight.
For sure.
So
Sergio could catch him, but the odds of that, I don't see
it.
I don't see it.
His knockout power isn't crazy though.
It would be in a kick, and that's assuming Cejudo fights far away.
It'd
He's not
be-
going to. He's
it-
going to fight close because of
It'd
his
be when
style.
Cejudo was coming in for a takedown. If he countered him and caught him, I think that's when he'd knock him out. If he
Right.
did it. But Cejudo usually picks his shots pretty carefully.
Yeah.
So I don't see it.
Yeah, I'd say him decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Whew. This is. You know what? It's weird. I don't know if they're moving Yair up too soon because he fought an old BJ.
Yeah, I think they are. I think that this is if I'm going in, who is El Pantero apparently, but
You know what though? If he wins, then
if he
Right.
wins, I'm
Then-
thinking title shot.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
To me, this is a contender fight for sure.
Yeah.
Even though I don't really want to see Frankie
Well,
Aldo
if-
3, but if Holloway
Yeah.
wins, I definitely want to see Frankie against Holloway.
If Holloway
and-
wins, it's a contender fight.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Yair against Aldo or Holloway. So
Yeah.
to me,
Especially if he can beat Frankie.
oh my God. So the way this fight's going to be determined is whether or not Frankie fights Yair on the outside. Because when he's on the outside, he gets to throw all his crazy wild kicks, and that's when he's the most dangerous. The biggest weakness I see in his game, and no one's exploited it because he hadn't fought someone high enough, in my opinion, is his boxing.
I mean, Yair.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm talking about Yair. Like his kicks are amazing, but his boxing, he's a little sloppy. He can be caught. I've seen openings. Frankie.
Frankie's the man that can expose that too.
Right, and no one's really taking him down. So, to me, it just depends if Frankie can stay inside and take him down.
Yeah.
If he can't take him down and it's an outside fight, then I think Yair wins a decision. I don't see him finishing Frankie. Frankie's tough, durable. He's veteran. He might get hurt him with a kick, but I don't see him finishing him with it. It just depends on who can impose their will. Can Frankie get in the inside and box with him and exploit the fact that he's not good with his hands, or can Yair keep it outside with his kicks?
Another thing to point out, Yair's got a little bit of reach there. Which
To
could
me,
give
he's
Frankie
big.
some problems.
To me, he's very big as far as frame in this weight class. He's tall, lanky. That's a huge advantage that I've seen him be really good at using.
Yeah.
Like BJ couldn't even get on the inside with him. He fights lanky. You know.
He does. Here's my thing though. Frankie's been smaller than almost everyone he's fought, and he still wins.
Right.
And I haven't seen any sign of him slowing down. He's lost to Aldo, and he lost to Bendo, and that's about it.
The only difference is Yair has those kicks that can just finish the
Which
fight.
is what gave him problems. Well, just kicks in general are what gave him some problems when he fought Ben Henderson
That's true.
and Aldo in the rematch.
Leg kicks. Yeah.
So if Yair can do that, he has a pretty good shot, but I think it's too much too soon. I think he's going to get overwhelmed. I think Frankie's going to outwork him, and I think Frankie's going to win the fight.
Decision.
Probably
If he
so.
takes him down.
Yeah, I highly doubt he finishes him.
The one thing I'll say too is Yair. When
And just Frankie keeps a pace that I don't think Yair can keep up with the whole fight.
So Yair fought.
I could see Yair winning an early round and gassing out as the fight goes because of the pace Frankie
No,
fights
no,
at.
because it's a 3-round fight. I was about
That's
to say
true.
he fought
But
in.
Frankie's gassed people out in 3 rounds.
But he's
before.
fought Bruce Leroy in 5 rounds in Mexico City, right?
That's true.
And he fought at a crazy pace. And to me, he's.
But he didn't have that weight that Frankie's going to put on him when he takes him down.
To me, he's young. He fights at a crazy. Those kicks he throws takes a lot of energy, and he throws them like punches. To me, cardio is not an issue with him. I see the big hole with him is his punching. If you can get on the inside, he can't be punched because his hands are low.
Yeah.
He's not.
It's not an
crisp.
issue until you start getting beat up.
Right. So no one's exploited it. I think Frankie could. Frankie should win, but if Yair wins, then to me, like,
He's the number one
then
contender.
it's kind of like the hype train's real.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
very exciting with the kicks.
he is. It wouldn't. If he did win, I wouldn't hate it. We'd have new blood in the division.
Right. But if
So,
Frankie won, I would say, maybe they just moved Yair up too soon.
that's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
So
All right. This fight, to me, this is
this is the fight when Maya loses his title shot.
right?
Masvidal by knockout. I'm calling it right now.
To me, this is the most dangerous fight for my. Um, I mean, pretty much the fight just depends if he can take him down. If he takes him
Yeah.
down,
I can't see him letting Masvidal back up. If he gets him down,
I mean,
he's gonna be on him like
right.
glue, man.
So this fight's just striker versus grappler,
Yeah.
and
Which they both improved in that other room.
I kind of have a
But-
look. I'm feeling like Masvidal could do it. He could pull it off.
I think he's going to. I think he's gonna finish him. I think it's gonna be like a bad loss for Maya. I really think this is a dangerous fight to take.
It's that.
And though, if he wins this fight, it's time to stop putting off his title shot.
Oh my God! If he
Not to
doesn't
mention
get,
he's pushing 40.
if he don't get a title shot after this, if he wins, but I'm gonna say Masvidal.
Yeah. He's looked great lately.
Masvidal's striking's great. It's always been the big thing with him is going for it.
Yeah.
Like he kind of like, you know.
He'll hesitate, but he's done less of that lately.
Well, what I was gonna say is he's almost like he's sparring and he won't just go for
Yeah,
it. So
I know
he's
exactly
kind
what
of
you
winning,
mean.
and then he's been
Yeah.
he'll lose close fights that really if he
That
just
he should have pushed
the pace
finish.
that he was better.
Yeah.
He could have won.
Yeah.
All right. So, talking about Maya losing, I don't expect JJ to lose, but the way everyone's looking over Jessica and just talking about JJ's next fight, I wouldn't be surprised if some crazy upset, just because I feel like she.
I don't think is Joanna looking past her though. That's the only thing that matters.
No.
So
I think
I think she likes that O after her at the end of her record.
Right. So if JJ keeps it on the outside, she's gonna win like she always wins, which is volume. She always throws more strikes than whoever she
her
fights.
having reach, I think that's gonna make this easier to do.
Well, with Jessica though, is she fought at a weight class above.
Yeah.
And to me,
she's a big girl for that weight class.
And to me, she fights similar to Claudia, who gave JJ her biggest trouble. And unlike Claudia, I think she has a better gas tank. She doesn't get tired as much. Now, I'm not saying that JJ can't outwork her and make it and expose her gas tank.
Right.
I'm just saying she might have a little bit better advantage in that department. It just depends if Jessica can get in JJ's face, make it a brawl, and not let her pick her shots. If they're staying back, JJ's going to pick her apart and show the difference in striking. But if Jessica can make it a brawl, I think she could catch her. She could catch her, and no one's talking about that. So if it happens, I at least said
if she catches her. Here's the thing, though. I almost hope she does, just because I want to see JJ's chin. I want what if she might get caught and just eat it? Who knows? She hadn't really even been hit that much.
Claudia caught her and the rematch in the beginning. She dropped her,
yeah,
but once she
shook it off.
But once Claudia got tired and couldn't keep the pace, then JJ just poured it on her.
Yeah,
so
despite the fact she'd been rocked.
Right. So
that's how good her gas tank is.
Yeah, she recovered really well because of her cardio.
I can't pick against her in this fight.
Yeah, I mean JJ's a huge favorite, but to me it kind of says upset on it when everyone's overlooking the contender.
Sometimes they overlook the contender because it should be overlooked.
like the Mighty Mouse fight. It's just a similar situation.
It's not that bad though.
Right.
This should actually be a pretty good
fight. It should be close
while it's not going on anyway.
The first 2 rounds it'll be competitive. If it goes to the 5th round, you're going to see the difference on the feet.
The longer the fight goes on, the more it favors the champ. Yeah. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, just because her style.
Yeah. Her style is perfect for a 25-minute fight.
Oh, yeah.
So, if I'm making a pick, JJ, I'm gonna pick her maybe late finish, 4th, 5th round. So,
I say decision. I think she wins almost all the rounds. Decision. I think Jessica's tough enough.
Depends on how bad she's got her beat up by her.
That's another thing is Jessica does get hit.
Yeah, that's why I think she can finish her.
It's true. We'll see.
Hmm.
All right. Main event.
Can I just say,
What's up?
I have super like emotional problems with this fight because I'm a fan of both guys, dude.
Oh,
Junior
yeah.
Dos Santos has been my favorite heavyweight for at least 7 years now. Like since he fought Werdum, since he was coming up, he beat Roy Nelson. When he knocked out Kane on national television, I was ecstatic. Like Junior's my favorite heavyweight. And the thing is though, I like Stipe too. I like his style. I like he's a pretty chill dude. He's still like volunteering as a firefighter. Like seems like a good dude. Like likable. Broke the Cleveland sports curse. you know.
I like them both. You know.
And I like both of their styles. I think this is gonna be like Stipe's last two. Like he fought Overeem before this, and now he's got Junior. Like talk about some killers. Like right out the gate, like everyone can knock people out.
Right.
But they really knock people out.
I've seen where they showed like the top 5 heavyweights in UFC, and they've all lost to each other.
Yeah.
All of them. They've all beaten each other and lost to each other.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about Stipe, Junior, Kane, Werdum, and Overeem.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've all beaten each other. So.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I really doubt that this fight goes like the first one. The first one was a
Just
barn
a
burner, like
beat down.
God,
It's a heavyweight classic. The fact it went the distance is nuts with these two guys.
To me, either one could finish the other.
Yeah, heavyweight's the hardest thing to predict, man. But I'm gonna make a prediction. And I know it happened against Overeem, but Junior's shown the first cracks in his chin versus Stipe, who hasn't. And Junior's, I know the age is actually pretty close, but that's deceiving because the amount of fights, the amount of damage taken during those fights, I should say, is not close. Like Junior's had 2 beatings he took at the hands of Velasquez that like definitely took years off of his career, I would imagine. I think that they get into an exchange, and if they do, the most likely outcome is that Stipe comes out on top this time in the rematch. But to say that Junior couldn't knock Stipe out is crazy.
Yeah, so I think they both have the tools to knock out the other. Yeah. But based on what Zach said, I'm gonna have to agree. Stipe's looked better recently. He hasn't been getting hit as much. He did get dropped in the Overeem fight, but I don't know. I feel like he has the momentum. Does that make sense?
Because the same guy who knocked Junior out. You know what I mean? Like
right. Mm-hmm. So there was a period too though where Junior was on a roll, and he had like this aura of
invincibility.
Yeah, where like he seemed unstoppable. Yeah. But now we've seen like he can lose, he can be finished, and whereas Stipe, I feel like coming in here, he should be very confident, and you know he's gonna want to get the. See, Junior won that fight.
Yeah.
So to me, you know Stipe is going to have more motivation to want to avenge the loss. At the same time, Junior
wants his belt back.
He wants the belt too. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I have a feeling Stipe can pull it off.
I think it's going to be short. That's my biggest prediction I'll make is I think it's a short fight. I don't see it going.
I don't see it going the same either.
I think it's going to be a completely different fight.
If it's the same fight, I'm going to be like, whoa.
Hey, if Junior looks like he did against Rothwell, look out, because that's the Junior that won the title.
Right. He didn't look the same against Overeem. I was surprised by that.
He looked impressive in his most recent fight, which is why he got the title shot. Mm-hmm. That and the history, and then the way it went, worked out in Kane and Werdum. But
Stipe.
I'm going with Stipe, but I'm kind of secretly pulling, not so secretly pulling for Junior. Man, that's been my guy for years.
I'm torn between, like, you know what? If either one wins, I'm gonna be happy and kind of feel bad for the other. Yeah. But I think Stipe pulls it off.
All
right. So So that's what we thought. What'd you think? Agree, disagree? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see y'all next time.
Like it for the shirt.